Hi, everyone. We're looking to say hi to all you pruners. This is the time. And this is the species Macrophylla, which we all love, as we know well. It's the first to break bud, and we're in here today because we're not going to have a lot of time given this nice warm weather, today being very special. So you got to get in and get at this early. And you can see even here where I'm standing how much bud break there's already been. Look at the base of this crown of this plant. So you got to get in here. So timing is of the essence. This is the first step that we're going to do in cleaning out the basal crown, the interior of the plant that's been loaded up with leaves and debris over the winter, typical. And the reason you get it out is this. That debris, maybe you might say, oh, well, that's great from an insulating point of view to the crown of the plant. Maybe so, but it's also the home for a lot of the critters to give us fits, the pests that bother hydrangeas. So we prefer to clean it out. And the other thing is, it exposes all the stumps, the stuff that's not been cut back well enough that needs to be removed. What I have in my hand is a poke stick, as we call it. We simply cut a dead stem, trimmed it up so we can help the poke, and then use the vacuum with it. Okay, now you can see down inside to the basal crown of the plant pretty good since the vacuuming has just occurred. And notice what we see that we're so pleased about. All this new growth emerging from the basal crown. And this is what the April sunshine brings us. So the plant is regenerating itself by producing new wood. And we'll continue now to get rid of the old wood. See this stuff here that I'm pointing to with the stick? These old dead stems, we get all of that out. This is a piece that'll come out. Anything that is no longer has any life to speak of or on its way out. Here's a classic example. This stem. See any growth on it compared to this one? Quite a difference. Okay, what we're looking at here is a stem that has no visible growth whatsoever. And that's indicated as we see way down here where I'm pointing with my pruners. What do you see? Peeling, exfoliating bark. Not much chance for that. So I'm going to cut all the way to the base to remove that whole stem. You see what I was referring to? The peeling bark. You occasionally see some green like this. You think, oh, I should have left that. It's not going to be anything. I can assure you of that. Look at the rest of it. Do you see any bud growth on it? Not a bit. Okay, what we've got here that I'm pointing to again with my pruners, this stem doesn't have much life in it at all, and the sister stem to it is in the same case. So at this point, I'd say not much is going to happen. We're going to remove them right to the ground, and then I'll just hold them up for you to look at. And here's what we took out of the ground. Can you see this? Peeling bark, aging canes, no visible growth. What we're showing you here is if you're in doubt, you can step prune the stem down to where you finally find good active growth. Okay, obviously here there isn't anything, and here not much. So you see what I'm doing? I'm going down each node, each separation from where branches or buds would form, and I keep going until I find green. Stay still tan there. See that? The cambium layer is not visible. So I'm going to go down to the next node. In this case, still nothing going for us. Okay, tiny bit of green here, but not enough. So this stem can be removed totally because we didn't find, even going all the way to the bottom, it's still lifeless.
We're going to be looking at stubs, which is stems that were removed either from the previous year or may have been in here for years. This is exactly what you don't want to happen and to accumulate at the base of your plants. Because what it does is eventually, if you never get rid of these, it chokes out all the new growth that wants to come up from the bottom but can't. So we're going to have to use, and if they've been in here for a while, they could be rotten and just break off and pull out. You can do a wiggle, and if it doesn't come out with a wiggle, then you're going to have to get in with loppers, and I need to have my loppers. And just keep going around the plant and cut out those stubs.
So you got to get in and get at this early. And you can see even here where I'm standing how much bud break there's already been. Look at the base of this crown of this plant. So you got to get in here. So timing is of the essence with macrophyllus.